By the time the average American retires, they've spent roughly 90,000 hours working. 90,000. That's more than 10 straight years of your life. Not 10 working years, 10 actual years. And most people never stop to ask a simple question. What exactly did I buy with all that time? Because if I show you a normal middle-class American life from age 22 to age 67, nothing looks wrong. You get the job, you buy the house, you raise the family, you save for retirement. You do everything you're supposed to do, and that's what makes this story dangerous. Because the biggest trade-off in your life doesn't look like a mistake. It looks like success. Let's start at age 22. Age 22. You graduate. Everyone has advice. Get a good job. Work hard. Stay out of debt. Buy a house. Save for retirement. Build a family. Nobody presents this as a system. It sounds more like common sense, so you follow it. A job offer arrives, then the first paycheck. For a moment, it feels incredible. This is freedom. Your own money, your own life, your own future. Then the bills arrive. Rent, insurance, utilities, phone, gas, food. The paycheck leaves almost as quickly as it arrived. No problem. Another one is coming in 2 weeks, then another, then another. Without realizing it, you've entered a rhythm that will organize most of your adult life. Work, get paid, pay bills, repeat. Age 26. You have a credit score now, 3 digits, a number that quietly follows you everywhere. The higher it goes, the easier life becomes. The lower it goes, the more expensive life becomes. You start protecting it, monitoring it, optimizing it. The score determines interest rates, approvals, access. You begin learning something important. Modern systems rarely need to force behavior. They reward the behavior they want, and people adjust accordingly. The score becomes a passport, not because it measures who you are, because it determines what you can buy. Age 30. You buy a house, or at least that's how it feels. The mortgage payment seems manageable. That's what gets most of the attention. The total cost does not. 30 years feels far away. 30 years is older use problem. Right now, you're focused on moving in, painting walls, buying furniture, building a life. The first mortgage payment leaves your account, then another, then another. The house feels permanent. The payments feel temporary. In reality, both will be around for a very long time. Age 35. Life becomes efficient. You wake up at roughly the same time, drive roughly the same roads, attend roughly the same meetings, eat roughly the same lunches. The routine works. That's why it survives. But routines have a side effect. The longer they run, the less visible they become. The commute no longer feels like a commute. It's just part of life. The obligations no longer feel like obligations. They're just normal. The years begin moving faster, not because time changed, because repetition compresses memory. You blink. Another year is gone. Age 41. The promotion arrives, the salary increases, life should feel easier. Sometimes it does, but something else happens too. The lifestyle expands, the house gets upgraded, the cars get upgraded, the vacations get upgraded, the monthly obligations get upgraded. Every raise creates breathing room. Then the new expenses consume it. You make more money than ever. You don't feel much freer. Age 47. Retirement becomes real, not because you're retiring, because retirement is no longer theoretical. The statements matter now. You open them, close them, open them again. The number goes up, then down, then up again. You begin translating money into something else. Years. How many years until freedom? How many years until work becomes optional? The question follows you everywhere, even when you don't say it out loud. Age 53. The pressure peaks. The mortgage still exists. Retirement still needs funding. Kids are expensive. Healthcare is expensive. Everything feels expensive. 3 timelines are running simultaneously. The past, the present, and the future, all competing for the same paycheck. You are earning for today, paying for yesterday, and preparing for tomorrow. At the same time, it's one of the most financially demanding periods of life, which is why so many people feel stuck despite decades of hard work. Age 59. The calculator appears. Frequently. Retirement projections, withdrawal estimates, healthcare costs, social security estimates. You run the numbers, then run them again, then again. The calculations are different. The question stays the same. Is it enough? Because retirement is no longer a concept. It's a date approaching on the calendar. And suddenly, time feels more valuable than money. Because there is less of it left to trade. Age 67. The alarm doesn't ring. For the first time in decades, nobody needs you somewhere at 8 a.m. No commute, no meetings, no performance reviews, no countdown to Friday, just silence. The thing you've been moving toward for 45 years has finally arrived. And that's when you understand what the journey was really about. It wasn't the house, it wasn't the title, it wasn't the paycheck. Those things mattered, but they were never the destination. The destination was this: a morning that belongs entirely to you, The freedom to decide what happens next, the ability to spend your time however you choose, that's what all those years were purchasing. Not luxury, not status, time. The one thing nobody can manufacture, the one thing everyone is spending, whether they realize it or not. The question is not whether you will reach retirement. Most people are trying to do exactly that. The question is how much of your life belongs to you before you get there. Because every financial decision does one of two things. It either buys back your future time, or it sells more of it. And the earlier you understand that, the differently you start living. Because the people who figure this out are not just trying to retire with more money. They are trying to spend more years owning their lives. And that is a very different goal. Subscribe to Frank Finance, because in the next video, we're going to show you the biggest places Americans unknowingly trade away their future time, and why the cost is much higher than it looks. See you there.